Hi, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me this time. I must have hit the mute button on my camera. So guys, I just wanted to hop on real quick this morning, share with you a little behind the scenes of my craft space. Now, I will tell you, for me, I kind of know myself. I am, I guess you call OCD. And so I like to have things organized around me. I found that having everything in one spot really helped for me to do more in my craft space, be more creative. So I thought I would just take you on a real quick tour of how I organize my craft space. And so let's go ahead and get started. So basically what I have here is a calyx system from IKEA with inserts that I bought at Stamp and Storage. So, but I have repurposed old furniture. In fact, I still have old furniture that I have my extra stuff in. I've used old TV stands, cabinets, whatever. So use whatever you have to be able to organize your space. Now, just kind of, I'm going to take you from top to bottom. And so you may get a little bit dizzy as I move the camera, but let's go ahead. I want to start at the top, what I have here on top. And basically what I have is I have some boxes. And I like using clear boxes because that way I can see a little bit better what's inside of them. So in this top box, I have all of my embossing folders. And then underneath, I just have some really special cards that people have given me over the years. And then over here, I have my extra cardstock that doesn't fit up here in my dividers. And I keep my markers, and then that's just some fun decor stuff. So along here is where I keep all of my cardstock. Now, I know everybody has their different way that they like to organize their colors. I kind of like to go from the light to the darks, but I know some people do rainbow colors. Everybody has their fun way of organizing it, which is totally fine. Over here is where I keep my 12 by 12 designer series papers. So I have it all right here and easy to find. And then on the next shelf, I have here my stamp sets. Now I know you're thinking, Deborah, there's no way that's all the stamp sets you have. I do have more. I do. I have some retired stuff, but basically what I keep here on both sides is what I'm currently working with. And that way that helps me to be able to focus on particular projects and products that are currently available in the catalogs. And then I also too have here an organizer for 6x6 papers. I will tell you, this is the one thing I didn't think I was going to use, and I use it all the time. I am so glad that I ended up getting it. And then I have here all of my Stampin' Right markers by their colors. And I haven't compared, but I think I have them organized the same way as my papers. And then here I have access to all my ink pads. And then I just have here just some fun decor things of some recent projects that I've done that just kind of make me smile in my craft space. Now I'm going to move my camera down and I'm going to share with you some of my drawer spaces. Now, one of the things is I like to keep things compartmentalized, and that makes it easier for me to find. Now, down here I have two doors, and in this door is where I have my little mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine here in the back, but also too I keep my chamois. I know they look terrible, they're dirty. They're actually not dirty, they're clean, but they're just very stained. And then also too I have here all of the dies that usually my basic shape dies. Typically what I will do is if a stamp set has a coordinating die set with it, let me see if I can find one for you. Like for instance, the earth and textures. So if I have a stamp set and has a coordinating die set with it, I will take, and I buy these on, not Amazon, eBay. They're just magnet sheets. I know some people have used vent sheets that you can buy like at the like Home Depot and Lowe's, and I will put the coordinating dies with it inside the case. That reminds me to use those dies that come with it. But usually, basically, any shapes dies that I have or ones that don't coordinate with the stamp set, I will keep in this container here. Then next, let's go to the other side. On this side is where I keep like my tools, like hole punches, my aqua painters, the paint brushes, and let's see if I can get it out. Now I have here, you know, those little odds and ends, those little small things of twine that you have. I just have a clear box that I keep all of that in. And then I keep here all of my ribbons and stuff. So I have easy access to all of that. Now let's go down to my little drawers. I love drawers. They just help me compartmentalize everything. So in here I have, and you may not be able to see it, but I'm going to show you what's in here. It's like my dimensionals, and I'll have like my little things, extra things of glue, and my glue dots. Just basically, this is my adhesive drawer. And then let's go over here. Right here is where I keep all of my embellishments. Now, we don't carry these anymore with Stampin' Up, but I'm sure you can find something similar. I love keeping all my flat embellishments in these cases so that I have easy access to them. Another thing that I do is I keep all of my re-inkers in these little containers as well. Again, we don't sell these with Stampin' Up, but I'm sure you can find something similar. And that way I have them all compartmentalized, easy to find, and they're not just everywhere. And then here, I keep extra adhesives. I do. I keep a good stock of adhesives, dimensionals, mini glue dots. I have lots of Tombow liquid glue. So anyway, I keep all of that in here so that I never run out of adhesive, especially dimensionals. Dimensionals is my favorite adhesive. In here is just kind of those random tools, like the Stamparatus. I have a mini paper trimmer and some just various tools that I have here. Let's go down. I don't know if y'all can, hopefully y'all can still see this. Here is just where I keep envelopes. Sometimes, like if I have extra envelopes left over for maybe a paper pumpkin kit, I'll keep those in here. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So in this drawer is where I keep for my paper pumpkins. You know, all those little Stampin' spots. It's like, what do you do with them? So I just keep them in containers like this. I have a whole bunch of containers that I've collected over the years. And actually today I found something really cool and that I've been looking for forever. Has anybody like put something away and you're like, it makes perfect sense at the time, but then you go to look for it and you can't find it? Well, that's what happened. The nice thing about having my system and everything here with me is that if I lose something, I know it's in here somewhere. I just have to find it. So I had a fun find this morning, which I want to share with you. And that is all those little markers for my scoreboard. I had lost them and I was so sad. So anyway, this morning I found them. Really happy about that because those are hard to get now. All right, let's see. What else? Down here is where I keep my embossing stuff, my heat tool, my embossing powders, and all that fun stuff in the tray. And then lastly, this is kind of like all my coloring tools, my blending brushes, my blending, what do you call them? Blending pens, and then like my watercolor pencils. But I'm going to share with you my absolute favorite thing that I have in my craft room. And so, you know how you have the scoreboard, right? And you've got the paper trimmer, and it's like, they're bulky, they're awkward, they're big. What do you do with that? How do you keep that in your craft space, but it not be like in some weird spot, right? So I'm going to share, this is actually my favorite thing, organizational tip that I have in my craft room. And so I want to share it with you real quick. So I'm going to have to move the camera because it's a little awkward. So hopefully you can see that. Let me get that angle. So here is my craft space. And what I do is I have here a drawer. And underneath this drawer, it's just a computer tray that my husband installed underneath. And it pulls out, and underneath is where I put my scoreboard and my paper trimmer. So anyway, this is like my favorite thing that I have in my craft space. So guys, I would love to hear from you. What is the one favorite thing that's in your craft space that's really made the difference for you? Because I find that the less time that we're looking for stuff, the more time that we have to be creative and have fun with our crafts. So guys, take care and thanks. And I would love to hear your crafting tips. Bye guys.